morning, Central. I'm Kiana Davis.
And I'm Olivia Bellamy.
And these are your Rdtv announcements.
Your March character traits are initiative, self-reliance, and perseverance. All our dreams can come true if we have the courage and dedication to pursue them. Walt Disney.
The word of the day is fastidious, meaning hard to please.
Attention juniors, would you like a service elective that will keep you on your toes during your senior year? We're not saying that there is never a dull moment, but we can have some pretty exciting ones. If you are interested, stop by the Media Center and pick up an application for Student Library Aid.
Central Boys Golf Team plays Smith Station Boys Golf Team at Lakewood Golf Course Tuesday, March 4th. Led by Drew Welsh and Chase Abbott, with both shooting a 77 each. The Central Red Devils outlasted the Smith Station Panthers by shooting a team score of 321 to the Panthers team score of 335. Player scores are Drew Welsh 77, Chase Abbott 77, Jeremy Donovan 82, Tyler Bishop 85, and Chase Walters 114.
Camp Faith is sponsoring a college visitation field trip to Alabama State University Saturday, March 8th. The cost of the trip is $20, which includes transportation and food. Interested students should sign up at Mrs. Jenkins' desk and pick up an information flyer. This trip is not associated with Central High School.
The Spanish Club will meet in Miss Ciancio's room 418, on Thursday, March 6th, right after school. Anyone interested in Spanish and culture is free to attend.
On Thursday, March 6th, Central Gaming will be hosting a Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm 3 tournament after school in Mrs. Pellerino's room. The cost for non-Central Gaming members will be $5. Their matches will be 1 versus 1 single or possibly double. Elimination matches and certain characters will be banned. Please see Mrs. Pellerino to sign up.
There will be a student council meeting Thursday after school.
Attention student, Matricia Tatum, owner of C&M Tax Office and the Law Office of Stacey S. Jackson, are presenting a prom giveaway. They will select 1 female and 1 male from any high school. To come at entry, you must submit a 150-word essay about why it is important to stay in school. All entries must be made by March 20th. Entries can be mailed to the drop box at Attorney Stacey S. Jackson, 927 3rd Avenue, Columbus, Georgia 31903. All entries will be judged on their essay. The giveaway includes dress and tux, makeup, hair, style, haircut, nails, and shoes.
Attention students, there will be no prom day approval forms this year. However, there are a few rules that must be followed. The rules for your prom day are: number 1, they must be 19 or under. If older, you must get pre-approval. Number 2, they cannot be suspended or be attending the Success Academy on the days before or after prom. Prom tickets will go on sale starting sometime next week on stage during lunch. Please listen for announcements for the exact date. The tickets will be $25 a piece. Everyone attending prom will need a ticket.
Here's yesterday's ACT prep question answer in today's ACT prep question. You will have 45 seconds to complete it.
All right. Hello again. It's me. Yes, Mr. Gurman. This is math question number 2 for day 2. Remember, we're talking about the ACT. We've had a good night's sleep. We've eaten right. We know not to stay on any particular problem too long. We've been practicing for the ACT. It's like a football game. You got to get ready. You got to practice for your football game in order to be good at your position. This is the same thing. You can't be good at math unless you practice it. So our next problem is more in the geometry discipline, but we're going to still follow our 4-step problem-solving process. The figure below consists of a square and 2 semicircles with dimensions as shown. What is the outside perimeter in centimeters of the figure? So, do you understand the problem? Of course you do. We merely need to find the distance around the outside of this figure. Some of it's already given, isn't it? We're given a square and 2 semicircles. And these semicircles are the same size. So I have 2 half circles. Clearly I can put those together and make a full circle, can't I? Also, when you look at the answers, and we will look at those shortly, the answers are in terms of pi, which means we're not going to plug in 3.14 for this problem. We're going to keep pi. We're just going to leave it alone. So again, this is the figure. Does everyone see that this square, this side of the square is actually the diameter of that semicircle? That helps. So what's our plan? What are we going to do? We understand the problem. We need to find the distance around this figure. What's our plan? Well, we already have part of the diagram, right? We can use our formulas, can't we? We know that the distance around the outside of a square's perimeter or of a circle is the circumference. So we know we're going to have to use the circumference formula. So we're going to carry out the plan. We're going to use our formula. So here's the figure over here. This is the diameter. And we really need to find the distance around the outside here. Well, let me see. I have a reference sheet on the ACT. They give you the reference sheet. You need to become familiar with it. But I do remember that the circumference of a circle is either 2 pi r or pi times diameter. Well, I'm going to use pi times diameter because they gave me the diameter. So the circumference is pi times diameter. Now you're saying, wait a minute, we have semicircles. But wait a minute, I've got 2 semicircles. Don't they add up to a full circle? So I don't have to divide by 2. I'm just going to take both these together, kind of put them together and make them a full circle. So I want the outside circumference of these 2 semicircles, which becomes a full circle. Okay? So the circumference is pi times the diameter. Well, what's the diameter? Well, clearly the diameter of the circle is 8. So the circumference of both of these pieces, of that piece and that piece, the circumference is 8 times pi, which is 8 pi. Now, don't we need to add in this distance and this distance? Well, if this distance is 8, then if this is a square, then isn't this also 8? So what do we have here? We have 8 plus 8. So when you're finding the distance around the outside, you want to add up all your sides. You have 8 plus 8 plus what? 8 pi. So the final perimeter around the outside of this thing is 16 plus 8 pi. Or 8 pi plus 16. Let's see if that's an answer here. 16 plus 8 pi, that's our answer. Does that make sense? It makes sense to me because it's really not that big of a number, but it's adding them up accordingly. This ends the problem for today.
These have been your Red Devil TV announcements. Have a great Red Devil Day.
Hey Red Devils, Coach Dixon and the Central Baseball team would like to extend an invitation for each and every one of you guys to come to the baseball game this Friday night at Darnell Field. We're playing 2 games. At 5 o'clock we're playing against Dothan, and at 7:30 we play against Enterprise. Admission is $1 for all students in the Phoenix City school system. So please come out to Darnell Field this Friday night. We hope to see you there. $1 admission for all students in the Phoenix City schools.